Hello everyone. I had a rough night last night with Sam. Of course, the first night with a puppy is always rough, but all puppies are a little different, so you never know what quite to expect. But mainly the problem was the fact that Gizmo wanted to, my other basset hound, wanted to, who's an adult, wanted to bark the entire night and did bark practically the entire night. Not really because he's was all that curious about Sam per se, but it was one of those things where it's like, why is that dog allowed in the house and I'm not? Why does he get to be in the house when I'm out here? And of course, the size differences are too great for them to interact for long periods of time unsupervised, which is why they they can't be in the house at the same time. And that presented an issue. And also, Sam, being a puppy, wanted to. We had him basically in the laundry room in a crate, and but Sam, of course, again being a puppy, wanted to whine every hour or so. And because of that, I had my door open trying to listen for his whining. But it's very difficult for me to sleep if I know that I might be awakened at any moment. It's very difficult. And especially because often once I fall asleep, like once I get into a deep sleep, sometimes it can be difficult to wake me up. So I was very vigilant, not sleeping at all, and I had to, of course, take him out as a precautionary measure several times to use the bathroom and all of that. But the thing is, of course, I'm constantly worried about Sam, something happening to Sam, just paranoia, losing some other dogs, from experience, and him. Of course, they died, from diseases and such. But still, it's just losing other dogs unexpectedly, prematurely. Like worrying about an owl swooping down and getting him, or a bird, or because he's really small, or him eating something that he's not supposed to eat, or getting caught somewhere where he's not supposed to be. And so that's a constant fear and worry. And so last night I had so much anxiety that I felt like puking several times. And then he started whining around 2:30 or whatever. Of course, I had gotten up at 6, that day or whatever. But because in order to get him early, and so I was very tired, and I hadn't slept at all up to that point. And I went in. He peed, he pooped, and then he wanted to play. He was very rambunctious at 3 in the morning, and then finally it was around 3:30, and I finally got him to fall asleep with soft music. But then when I put him back in the cage and tried to go back to bed, he started whining again, and eventually my sister took him, and he slept in her bed for the remainder of the night, and I finally got just a few hours of sleep. I only slept for maybe from 4 until 8:30, and then I couldn't sleep anymore. And so I am very exhausted. And when I'm sleep deprived, my anxiety shoots through the roof. Like I can't. I sometimes will start thinking or acting or making poor decisions that I wouldn't make if I had had a good night's sleep. And so it's been very stressful. And of course, I won't be able to rely on my sister tonight because she has to work, during the week. And so they were thinking about putting his crate in my room, so because perhaps if he sees someone, he won't be so anxious. Which again, that can be a good thing, and maybe Gizmo won't bark as much because he smelled the Sam, who was in the laundry room, which is towards the back of the house, and Gizmo's in the backyard. And so, but again, though, if he starts whining during the night or being rambunctious again, I don't know what I'm going to do, especially since I can't turn to anyone else for relief. But I can only hope that I'm next month. He'll be big enough, hopefully, that that we have this outside cage enclosure where he can be at night. But he's not quite big enough for that yet, and the temperatures are still a bit too low at night for a puppy to sustain that. But yeah, I am exhausted, and I know, of course, I brought this on myself by getting the puppy, and I still, of course, love Sam and all of that, but it's kind of like dealing with a newborn child. I finally understand why mothers, for example, when they can't get an infant to stop crying, they'll start crying themselves, because that's what it feels like. So yes, it has been an exhausting ordeal, but exciting at the same time.